DOOL stars accidentally reveal shocking Thanksgiving storylines in heartfelt holiday videos, fans stunned. Welcome back to NBC News Channel. Today we dive into the sensational chaos swirling around the beloved cast of Days of Our Lives as they accidentally let slip jaw-dropping details about the upcoming Thanksgiving episodes. In a twist nobody saw coming, DOOL's biggest Nama Stephen Nichols and Mary Beth ventured warm holiday wishes and gratitude-filled advice to fans. But behind their sweet words, fans noticed hints of shocking future drama. As Thanksgiving approaches on November 26th and 27th, a series of slip-ups and heartfelt messages have left fans electrified and speculating about the bombshell twists coming to Salem. What started as sweet and inspiring social media holiday greetings quickly spiraled into an unintentional leak fest, with two major storylines exposed by stars themselves. A peculiar Thanksgiving message conceals drama. It all began with an innocent and heartwarming vibe post featuring the soap legends themselves, Stephen Nichols, Steve Patch Johnson, and Mary Beth Evans, Dr. Kayla Brady. Fans tuned in for advice, encouragement, and a dose of real-life positivity. But sharp-eyed viewers immediately picked up on cryptic comments and sly smiles as the duo discussed their Thanksgiving plans. Evans, ever charismatic, soothed the anxieties of fans facing turbulent family dinners, urging, "Don't hold a grudge. Just grab another slice of pumpkin pie. You don't have to start anything with anyone." She then winked, adding, "It goes by so fast, just pop in and out." At first glance, it seemed like good-natured holiday wisdom, but what Evans didn't mention outright left fans unnerved. Why was she so insistent on keeping things light? Are the holidays about to explode with conflict in Salem? Rumors began to swirl. Perhaps the Brady Johnson clan is facing not just family tension, but outright disaster during their Thanksgiving dinner. The atmosphere of secrecy only thickened when Stephen Nichols chimed in, chuckling, "Sometimes staying away is best for avoiding the family fireworks." The pair's banter had longtime viewers speculating could the fireworks end up literal in the next explosive dual story arc. Stars' real-life plans parallel on-screen turmoil. As the conversation turned to their own personal Thanksgiving arrangements, further bombshells dropped. Nichols admitted he and his wife Lisa would be dining out alone this year, with their grown children at in-laws gatherings. Evans, meanwhile, confessed she was traveling to the East Coast with her husband to join extended family for the holiday, suggesting a large and lively dinner ahead. What's peculiar isn't just that both are celebrating apart from the usual family crowd, it's how their real-life situations seem uncannily similar to what's about to happen on screen. In the past, dual writers have embedded subtle clues in behind-the-scenes content, but this year, the cast themselves seem to be telegraphing fractured reunions and shattered traditions ahead. Are the stars bracing us for estrangement and loneliness in Salem too? Or is it a clue that something or someone will prevent a long-awaited family gathering in the upcoming episodes? Fans pick up on hidden surprise and theories erupt. If the subtle, coded language in their messages wasn't enough, the video ended with a direct address to the audience. "Happy Thanksgiving, friends. We send our love and gratitude to each of you. May this day be filled with friends, family, good food, laughter, and memories that last long after the holiday ends." But Nichols added a mysterious notia pause mid-sentence, and a knowing look for finishing his message. The clip immediately lit up fan discussion forums. Was Steve's hesitation a signal that his character might not be enjoying such a peaceful holiday? Was Kayla's breezy advice masking a much darker plot twist? We exploded with speculation as eagle-eyed fans dissected every nuance of the star's delivery. Did Mary Beth Evans just confirm a devastating family fight will erupt in Roman's tavern? Is Stephen Nichols foreshadowing chaos, a dramatic exit, a hospital visit, even a kidnapping? To shocking storylines accidentally spoiled. Amid the feverish fan sleuthing, several details previously unknown to the audience came to light, seemingly confirmed by the actor's offhand remarks. Storyline 1. Brady family Thanksgiving turns dangerous. The first revelation centers around the Thanksgiving dinner at Roman's Tavern. The actor's subtle references to fireworks and keeping things light fueled speculation that the Brady family celebration is about to be sabotaged. New details leaked in the video reveal that an unexpected guest will crash the festivities: Jeremy, a mysterious figure with ties to several family members and a secret motive. Instead of a peaceful reunion, dinner explodes with accusations, threats, and a sudden illness that leaves one beloved character collapsed on the floor. The joyful feast evolves into chaos as Roman, Kayla, Steve, and Alex scramble to protect their loved ones. The actor's advice to pop in and out hits ominously close to home. One family member may have to flee the tavern for their own safety. Storyline 2. Hospital heartbreak. Rachel's crisis and Belle's breakdown. The second storyline, accidentally revealed during the holiday greetings, centers on an emotional hospital vigil. Nichols's reference to memories that last is now seen as a thinly veiled nod to a life-changing moment, Brady and Tate standing by Rachel's bedside after a mysterious crisis. The cast's discussion of facing the unexpected seems to confirm that Rachel's reason for hospitalization is far more serious than previously hinted. Her condition is the catalyst for a custody battle and pits beloved characters against each other. Meanwhile, Belle attempts to hold the family together but collapses under pressure, leading to a dramatic confrontation with Kayla about choices and sacrifices, shaking the family to its core. The excitement and anxiety mounts for viewers. What makes these accidental leaks so electrifying is the way they flip months of audience expectations. Fans spent weeks predicting calm, cozy gatherings, and endearing family moments. Instead, it now appears that Thanksgiving will turn Salem upside down, packed with panic attacks, betrayals, and split-second decisions that change lives forever. As viewers gear up for the back-to-back explosive episodes on November 26th and 27th, the only certainty is uncertainty. The very stars meant to boost holiday spirit may have ended up setting off a frenzy of anticipation, fear, and excitement that rivals any past DOOL plot twist. The cast's influence, from positivity to pandemonium. Perhaps the biggest takeaway from this wild episode of soap opera life meets art is the power of icons like Stephen Nichols and Mary Beth Evans, not just to set the mood for the holidays, but to drive speculation and send shockwaves through the fandom. Their heartfelt advice, sprinkled with cryptic warnings and unintentional spoilers, transformed a simple Thanksgiving message into the launchpad for Days of Our Lives' most suspenseful holiday in history. As Salem prepares for a Thanksgiving unlike any other, fans will hang on every word, waiting for more slip-ups, more hidden clues, and, if the cast's past is any guide, more unforgettable shocks still to come. Part 2. Thanksgiving arrives in Salem, but not everyone is counting their blessings. Thanksgiving is meant to be a day of warm kitchens, full tables, and families gathering to express gratitude for one another. Yet in Salem, holidays rarely unfold without tension, secrets, or an unexpected crisis. This year is no exception. While much of the town is busy carving turkeys and setting out pumpkin pies, one family is spending the holiday under harsh fluorescent hospital lights, praying for a child who has endured far more than any young girl ever should. And as the latest preview for Days of Our Lives suggests, the emotional weight hanging over Salem this Thanksgiving reaches across several families, pulling long-buried truths to the surface and forcing everyone to confront the consequences of the past year. A shocking confession in the hospital hallway. The hospital waiting room, normally a place of worry, takes on an even heavier atmosphere this holiday. Brady and Tate stand anxiously beside Rachel's bed after the little girl suddenly collapsed. Doctors rush around them, trying to figure out what caused her alarming condition. But before anyone receives a medical explanation, Rachel herself reveals something far more shocking than anything they expected. In a quiet, trembling voice, Rachel finally remembers the truth she has spent months blocking out. She confesses to her father that she was the one who shot EJ. The revelation is almost as startling to process. Brady is stunned into silence, Tate looks horrified, and the medical staff can barely continue their work as the explosive confession settles in the air. For viewers, the moment is heartbreaking. Rachel has been under extraordinary emotional pressure, both from the adults around her and from her own guilt. The memory returning on Thanksgiving while she lies sick in a hospital adds a dramatic, almost tragic irony to the holiday meant for peace. Yet Rachel's confession also brings unexpected relief. Her mother, Kristen, has been carrying the blame for the shooting. The good news, if one can call it that, is that Kristen is no longer responsible for a crime she didn't commit. But in true Salem fashion, even the good news comes with a twist. Kristen's freedom more complicated than it should be. Yes, Kristen is officially innocent. But as Days of Our Lives fans know, her situations are rarely simple. At this very moment, she's not celebrating her vindication or embracing her daughter. Instead, she is trapped in the DiMera crypt and Tony is trapped there with her. Rather than enjoying Thanksgiving dinner with family, The two find themselves locked behind stone walls, surrounded by the ghosts of Demera history, with no idea when or if help will arrive. Kristen's relief at Rachel's confession might be real, but it's overshadowed by the cold stone of the crypt and the eerie quiet that surrounds them. One has to wonder how Kristen will respond once she is freed. Will she focus on protecting Rachel? Or will she lash out at those she believes abandoned her when she needed them most? What has happened to Rachel? Back at the hospital, the question everyone keeps asking is simple, but terrifying. What happened to Rachel? Her collapse happened suddenly. One moment, she was talking. The next, she was unconscious. Brady hovers over her, torn between panic and guilt. Tate stands close by, clearly frightened, trying to be strong for his younger sister. Is Rachel suffering from the emotional toll of remembering what she did to EJ? Is her body reacting to stress she has carried silently for months? Or as some in Salem quietly suspect as something far more sinister happening to the little girl? This is Salem, after all. Illness is rarely just illness, and collapses are almost never without deeper meaning. Meanwhile, Thanksgiving everywhere else in town. While the atmosphere in the hospital is heavy with worrying, the rest of Salem does its best to hold on to Thanksgiving traditions, even amid personal turmoil. At the Horton home, Jennifer is setting the Thanksgiving table, determined to keep the family's traditions intact. With Thomas and Charlotte helping her place the silverware and arrange the plates, the scene should be a heartwarming holiday moment. But beneath the smiles lies heartbreak. Charlotte makes a quiet, earnest Thanksgiving wish. She wants her daddy to come back home. Chad, unfortunately, won't be coming through the door. Jennifer has forced him out and is taking him to court for custody of his own children. What should be a joyful family gathering instead highlights just how fractured their home has become. The empty chair at the table speaks more loudly than any argument ever could. Friendsgiving in Salem. Elsewhere, Salem's younger generation is creating holiday traditions of its own. Aaron, Ari, Tate, and Holly gather together for what appears to be a cheerful Friendsgiving celebration. They raise their glasses and toast to their friendship, or perhaps grateful to have each other during a time when so many families in town are divided or hurting. Their moment feels refreshing, almost hopeful. Salem's youth choosing to support one another may be the brightest spot in a holiday marked by turmoil. Belle brings Thanksgiving to the hospital. While Marlene remains in the hospital recovering, Belle refuses to let her mother spend Thanksgiving alone. She arrives with a surprise. The entire family has decided to bring Thanksgiving to Marlena's bedside this year. It is a quiet but deeply touching moment. Together, they turn a sterile hospital room into a warm holiday gathering, proving that Thanksgiving isn't about the location, it's about the people who choose to share it with you. Philip and the Hernandez family. Across town, Philip joins Gabby and the Hernandez family for their Thanksgiving celebration. For Philip, this gathering is more meaningful than it might appear. After everything he has faced in recent years, the heartbreaks, the setbacks, the emotional turmoil, finally has a moment to breathe and appreciate what he still has. Surrounded by warmth, good food, and genuine affection, he has every reason to feel thankful. The Braddys keep tradition alive. And, as always, the Braddys fill the pub with laughter, conversation, and the comforting smell of a holiday feast. They honor their long-standing tradition of gathering at the family pub, one of the few places in Salem that still feels solid, unchanged, and rooted in history. For longtime viewers, scenes at the Brady pub are a reminder of what the show has always been about: family ties, community strength, and the endurance of tradition even when life becomes overwhelming. A Thanksgiving full of questions, secrets, and hope. This Thanksgiving in Salem is anything but peaceful. A child lies in a hospital bed, grappling with memories no child should have. A mother proclaiming her innocence sits trapped in a crypt. Chad faces losing his children. Marlene remains hospitalized. And multiple families attempt to celebrate the holiday despite fractured relationships and unresolved pain. Yet Thanksgiving is also about hope. And tucked inside each storyline, whether it's Rachel's confession, Belle's devotion to Marlene, or the Braddys' steadfast traditions, there are hints of healing, reconciliation, and perhaps even redemption. Salem may be shaken, but as always, its people endure.